After 2 emotionally taxing episodes, we finally got some comic relief. They also managed to do this while moving the story forward in so many ways. Spoilers if you aren't up to date. This young man set the tone for Team Black, and I am here for it. Don't pull out the blick unless you're ready to ride. His whole attitude put me in the mindset that we were gonna get into some hood dealings, and he did not disappoint. Crispy is so out of his depth. If I was Otto, I'd feel so validated because I know this man is struggling. That small council meeting, they was running amok, talking to the king crazy, pointing fingers. It was so odd to see them in such disarray. You could just feel how insecure Christian is at this moment. None of his king's guard respects him because I'm sure they all know he's sleeping with the queen. He put on the gaudiest hand of the king symbol that he could find. Don't say it's because he had armor. He could have pinned it to his cloak. He didn't need to make this necklace. Giving overcompensation. I think why I find Aegon so likable in this season is the fact that he actually has boys. I know no one heard Otto say that Viserys didn't make Aegon his heir, but they were all moving like they did. It is so clear that he is not equipped to be leader. I could almost see them all trying to hold back a laugh every time they gave him counsel. I just kept on thinking like, this must be how Trump's administration feels. Sir, yes, you have the power, but you don't know what you're doing. We got to be the one to give you what you need. No one took him seriously when he was saying, oh yeah, I should definitely be wearing Aegon's armor. Larys was able to get a seat on the High Council by just sharing a rumor that he probably made up. Because once again, everyone in power for Team Green is insecure, which makes them easy to manipulate. And that's why Aegon went to go embarrass his brother, because Larys was like, yo, they saying that Alicent wants him to be king. For sure did the right thing by showing everyone his beef, because he had to get that power back. And that's what I would have done. I would have stood up strong and naked like, yeah, y'all think something's wrong with this? Go ahead, let's have sex. Like, we're in a whorehouse. It's just very telling how abusive this family is to each other when these are the allies that they need the most. Daemon is now the president of Be Fucking For Real. I'm gonna save the book spoilers to the end of this video. The Daemon stock in my mind has been getting lower and lower. Before he just seemed hot-headed and rash, but now he just feels plain out dumb. His temper tantrums are so much more destructive now, and because he's never truly been checked, it's doing nothing but harm for the most part. Another scene where I was cackling when he was like, all right, take the castle. You want some food? Writers had to be intentional with the amount of jokes they had in this episode. Comedic gold, honestly. Peep how Rhaenyra's council is moving crazy when it comes to her decision. Aegon is able to have full-on temper tantrums and everybody just lets him rock. Because Rhaenyra is calmly choosing to lead, they are questioning whether or not she's fit for the role. I was so tight. And it's a stark reminder that at the end of the day, the basis of this war is patriarchy. This is the most we've seen Rhaena speak this entire series. This actress so did. I could feel her disappointment and helplessness. Imagine being in proximity of that much power and not having access to it. Also the guilt she felt over Luke, who was her betrothed, because he had to go out there without support. She couldn't fly. I'm not saying that Rhaenyra would have sent her out with Luke, but I'm sure that's on her mind. I felt the gravity of this scene. Rhaenyra was not only trusting her children with this woman, she also trusted her with the future of the dragons, which is their main asset. You could see the appreciation that Rhaena had when she realized the task that she was given. Another scene where I'm cackling was Baela chasing down Crispy and friends. Raga can't talk, but whatever roar she made before Baela saw the people on the ground felt like, to me, like she was saying, girl, there they go over there, let's go get them. There was actual joy in Baela's face when she went to chase them down. She was just so smug at that small council, like, I wasn't that far. Also showed that she has more restraint than most people, because I would have blown up that entire forest. But that's their property, and it wouldn't have made sense to burn down that forest, and there was probably regular people in there as well. And God knows how far that would have spread. Look at Mysaria's face. This is after Rhaenyra was like, I'm trying to talk to her, and she was like, you should just kill this hoe. And supporting women, I am here for it. Once again, I'm gonna go the spoilers in the books and the changes that they're making, but as of right now, I'm enjoying this dynamic, and I love that it's not anchored around Daemon. This is why we're so afraid of the state of media literacy, because the way that she didn't even consider that he was talking about Aegon the Conqueror. Another comedic moment where Rhaenyra was like, this dumb hoe, you talking about the prince that was promised? He better than me. I would have poked her a couple times because ain't no way my son and your grandson got killed because you misinterpreted a dream. So it is way too easy to infiltrate these castles. Every single episode this season, someone has gotten this close to a queen with a knife. So she's supposed to be off the castle in the set. Kingsguard shouldn't have let any scepter anywhere near her while she was praying. Grandson was just beheaded in his bed. Nasty work. Also not a fan of the fact that Alicent is a perpetual victim. Just comes off as obtuse. And one thing I really enjoyed about the book is that she was a full-on proper villain. A grown-ass woman. She was beefing with Rhaenyra, who was a child. Like, have some motivation. Have a reason to do this. Rather than being like sad woman in a gilded cage. I'm gonna get into book spoilers, but before I do, let me go ahead and read this episode. 5 out of 5 off the entertainment alone. Let's talk about Daemon and the dream he had in Harrenhal. We know that Harrenhal is cursed and he's starting to face his destiny or his doom because it's clear he's finna die at God's eye. I saw someone on Twitter interpret this as like this great gallant moment for Daemon. Like, oh, he always knew that he was gonna die and he did all this for Rhaenyra. But honestly, I still don't see that for this man. He came to Harrenhal to claim it as his own. He told Strong, like, your grace, I'm the king. So that changes his motivations. Is he fighting for Rhaenyra or is he fighting for something that he feels is rightfully his? It also explains why Mysaria is able to get closer with Rhaenyra. I love that they took out the fact that they are still sleeping together. Because now Rhaena is feeling lonely because Daemon quite literally abandoned her. Because he's sleeping with some hoes. Like, Rhaenyra has bigger fish to fry. Rhaenyra at this point doesn't know who to trust because even her husband is proving to be untrustworthy. And I'm feeling that narrative. And I'm interested to see how this relationship between the two of them begins to grow because, as I said, I like this a lot better. It doesn't feel like Mysaria is just manipulating her, but kind of just wants more in the world. More so that she wants a place in the new world and she genuinely believes in Rhaenyra.